What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the TFS 5-Pack. I am rocking it solo. It is Monday, August 1st. Brand new month. We got 9 MLB games to talk over. Fun Monday night slate. Some exciting spots all over. I look forward to breaking this slate down for you guys. Before I get into the baseball, I'm going to shout out our promoter real quick, ABC Islands. If you haven't checked them out, not sure what you're waiting for, the link in the promo code will be in the description section of the video. We've had a bunch of people already on there winning a ton of money. I suggest you check out the description section so you can be the next person to win a lot of money. It's a really cool site. Again, the link in the promo code will be in the description section. I would appreciate everyone to check it out. And with that being said, let's talk some MLB. Again, 9 games, no tricky weather spots, looks like anywhere. So let's just dive right in. All righty. So as far as pitching options go, I think Scherzer is clearly the top option. Max Scherzer in good form right now. You know, it's just pitched against the Yankees and the Padres. Two much tougher spots than the spot he's in today. I mean, his game log is second to none. He's right up there with the best pitchers in baseball still. I like him a lot today, going back to his old stomping grounds. I'm sure he's got a little bit of extra pep in his step because of that. Next on the list is John Gray. Wasn't great in Seattle, gave up a late home run to Julio Rodriguez. He's had a good year, though. I'm buying what he's selling right now. He's expensive, but from how I look at this slate, the price doesn't really matter, as there's some cheap offenses I like. So Gray is high on my short list. Andrew Heaney, not really a huge fan of. Who knows how deep he's going to pitch into this game. I'm sure they're not going to let him throw more than 80-some pitches, so not spending 95 on him. Not really looking at Logan Webb for 8,800 either. He's a good pitcher, but tough spot. Dodgers have seen him a bunch. Just can't get there personally. Luis Garcia, he's in play. Another guy that usually doesn't throw a ton of pitches, but threw 108 last time out. He's actually ramped up a bit. So I think people are, looking at this Boston lineup right now without Devers and thinking it's a good spot to pick on. I don't love the matchup, even though it is a watered-down Boston lineup, but I understand the Garcia play just at that price point. This range right here of Garcia through Skubal, are all in play. And then Mike Clevinger at home against Colorado. Yeah, he hasn't been great against the Rockies in Colorado, but now he's at home. I like Clev here. Definitely in play. I think you can play him in any format. Skubal, we know the upside's real. Tough spot against the Twins. His price is right. So at $8K, I think he's a tournament option, but not a guy I'm building my lineups around. Eovaldi, no thanks. Quantrill, no. Marco, no. Anibal, or Aaron, excuse me. Nah. Detroit's going to be in play here, as unappealing as that sounds. Kopech, no. Davies, no thanks. Keller, no. Corbin, no. We get to Herman, who's picking up some ownership, quite a bit of ownership actually, as a lone cheap option that's viable. I get it. Was a little bit better last time out against the Mets. In tournament, Seattle stack, though, Herman has not really impressed me so far this year. He was better last time out, but the Mets still got to him later in that game. Seattle's dirt cheap. I like the Mariners stack in tournaments for sure. When I talk over hitters, I'll get there, but Seattle's high on my short list, no doubt about it. If I'm making one lineup right now, I think in cash games, probably Scherzer, Herman. In tournaments, I'm looking at Scherzer, Gray. Scherzer, Garcia, Clevinger. Actually, Scherzer's not even getting as much love as Garcia and Clevinger, I think, because of the price tag. Well, obviously because of the price tag. So in cash games, I think you're choosing between Scherzer, Garcia, Clevinger, and Herman. In tournaments, I like Scherzer, Gray. Clevenger's still high on my list there too, just given the matchup. All right, as far as bats go, something real quick. All right, at the catcher position, Rutschman's crazy expensive. I'm not getting there. I like Christian Vasquez. I don't mind using a hit or two against Garcia, and I think Boston's going undervalued right now, just in general. Vasquez, Grandal, I don't hate the White Sox either. If I'm stacking them, I want some Grandal exposure, even though he's not having a good year. Talked about the Mariners. Cal Raleigh's high on my short list. And then Eric Haas looks like he's projected for a lot of ownership. Great matchup against Aaron Sanchez. We'll see if that holds up, but I certainly understand it. We'll have to wait for lineups to come out if there's any like dirt cheap guys. All right, first base. Doesn't look like there's like one guy pulling all the ownership. The Mets are expensive, so keep that in mind. They're in a great spot against Corbin. If you can get to Alonso here, he's obviously a good look. Anthony Rizzo, also a good look, even against the lefty. Homered late last night. Homers in back-to-back games. Yada, yada. You guys know the deal there. And then if you're looking to spend down a bit, Vinny Pasquantino. I mean, no reason he should be this cheap. Kopech has not really looked great at all recently. I can definitely get on board with Pasquantino in or not in a Royal stack. I think he's in play anywhere in any format. In tournaments, the Seattle guys, they're dirt cheap. Well, France is not expensive. He's fairly priced. Santana's really cheap. Obviously, Alonso looks good. The White Sox intrigue me a bit, so Abreu in that stack. Yeah, it's really the Seattle guys that stand out to me in tournaments is a place I want to get to. All right, second base. Ownership again spread out. Gleyber Torres is going to get some love, facing a lefty. He's got big power upside here. That. Andres Jimenez is going to get some love. Cleveland's in a good spot against Davies. He's hitting in the middle of that lineup. And then Jonathan Scope. Detroit's just really cheap, especially in a matchup with Aaron Sanchez. So I get the Scope play there for sure. In GPPs, I kind of like Ketel Marte. I'm not afraid of Cal Quantrill at all. And then Adam Frazier, who's got double digits in back-to-back games, seeing the ball a lot better right now. Dirt cheap. Sign me up. Third base. The one guy I forgot in cash games at second, well mentioned at shortstop also is Marcus Semien. He's getting a lot of love. Good spot. He's dirt cheap. Big power speed upside. That makes all the sense in the world. All right, third baseman. J-Ram looks great. Just an elite hitter. Good spot against Davies. I think if you can get there, if you want to prioritize him, makes a lot of sense. Third base is pretty loaded. Machado and Bregman are two guys I like just as one-offs or in stacks. Moncada's a guy I like in that White Sox stack. Josh Donaldson has not looked good recently, but I feel like the breakout game's coming sooner rather than later, so don't mind taking a shot there. Suarez, of course, really cheap. Always big power upside. J.D. Davis has really good numbers off Corbin if he's in the lineup. Be prepared for him to get pinch hit for, though, when Corbin gets taken out. All on all, third base is pretty deep. In cash games, I think it's Ramirez, stands out as the top guy. Donaldson and Machado also getting some ownership. And then Bregman, Machado, Moncada, Suarez, all guys I'm looking at in tournaments. Shortstop. Shortstop's a little bit hard to gauge right now because not sure if Seaver's going to play. If he's in, he's a great look at 4,600. If he's out, don't play him. Other guy getting projected to be popular is Javier Baez. Homered yesterday. He's pretty affordable and a good spot against a guy that doesn't strike anyone out. In tournaments, I like Tim Anderson. I think Bogarts is a guy I'm looking at. Don't mind Correa. And then J.P. Crawford, obviously, in that Mariners stack for sure. No one like dirt cheap I'm looking at. In the outfield, I think in cash games, you have to play Aaron Judge right now. You can afford it today. He wasn't good yesterday, but, I mean, you can't really expect that every day, considering he had 19 plus in like 8 of 10 or something like that before yesterday. I think you just plug him in your cash game lineups and move on. To balance out his salary, Robbie Grossman looks good. Hitting atop this Tigers lineup, he's dirt cheap. Riley Green, he's not dirt cheap, but he's actually good. Franmil Reyes, 3 of 4 off Davies. Davies is not a guy that strikes anyone out. He's really cheap with big power upside here, so I understand Reyes for sure in that spot. Who else is going to get some love? The Mets guys, obviously Starling Marte, if you can fit him. Mark Hanha looks good here for sure. Byron Buxton, if you can fit him. But Judge is the priority, and depending on what you want to do at third, like with Jose Ramirez, depends on will matter and how many more expensive outfielders you can fit. In tournaments, surprise, but a guy that jumps off the list for me is Jesse Winker at 3,100. I mean, not having a great year, but homered yesterday. He's 3,100. Sign me up. We'll have to wait and see what the rest of the Mariners lineup looks like. But I like all those guys there. Jurickson Profar, guy that's red hot right now. Homers in back-to-back games. He's cheap. Good spot against Senzatella. And then the other guy I like a lot is JD Martinez, one of my favorite hitters on the slate. Had been struggling big time, but looked locked in yesterday. Really cheap for his upside. Calling at least one home run from JD tonight. One of my favorite hitters on the slate. So if you made it this far in the video, you got my favorite play on the slate. With that being said, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm around this afternoon. If you guys have any questions, we'd love to have you join the DFS 5-pack. If you want more write-ups, more videos, more any of that stuff, go check us out. We'd love to have you, as I mentioned. If you guys have anything else, like I said, I'll be around until tomorrow or the next day when I see you guys again. Thanks as always. Appreciate your support, and I'll catch you on the flip side.